Yes, it's important to have good relations with America, but not at the expense of our survival.
At the same time, Israelis must acknowledge that just as Israel's right to exist cannot be denied, neither can Palestine's.
And today,
The United States does not accept
once again,
the legitimacy
we are going to
of
repeat
continued
this over
Israeli
and over
settlements.
again. Barack Hussein Obama, no, you can. Barack Hussein Obama, no, you can.
There has been a stalemate. Compromise elusive.
The Muslim world is selling out the Jews.
State of their own that come with occupation. Painful history, they endure the daily humiliations. A stalemate. A stalemate. Occupation. A stalemate. Occupation. State of their own.
وطني ليس حقيبا. يا جرحي المكابر وطني ليس حقيبا.
I hope we're gonna start a new intifada soon.
After the invasion in 2002, Juliano came here again to the camp, and he found that the whole acting group was in that theater, became leader for intifada.
And we hope that this intifada we will be shooting with cameras, with poetry, with values, with theater.
And Juliano did film about that, how they were an actor, and how the situation drives them to be fighters and to die.
That the theater has become, as it were, a substitute way of the struggle. Instead of becoming, as one young man said, dying as a martyr, he sees he can live now and use theater and art in the struggle.
Two of them did the suicide attack in Israel. Three of them were leader of the invasion in the camp, and most of them were killed.
These Israelis cannot kill with M16. These Israelis cannot crash with tanks.
Ashraf, Ala, Yusuf, Muhammad, Nidal. After the invasion, they were killed by the Israeli army.
Israel is putting a lot of tension now on the West Bank.
And they decide to build again the theater.
Checkpoints are there. Israel today announced no more negotiations with the PA. Abu Mazen announced no more negotiations with Netanyahu. Hamas goes up because when no negotiations, Hamas has the power to raise its head. So the situation is very vulnerable. We're going to march to the wall with music. We're not going to let the Israelis use our guns against us. And we hope that the Freedom Theater will be part of this cultural intifada or resistance, if you want to call it. And this is answering your question.
Every 10 centimeters here, every centimeter here, there is history, there is things to tell, and there is something you can see, and through the picture itself, you can understand.
Stones can.
Yeah.
And we have to move from one place to the next each day, and we don't have a fixed group. And we just have to arrive and try to organize something very fast. It's difficult in theater.
My name is Aisha. I'm the Asian refugee camp. I like to write scenario to we didn't have any equipment here. We didn't have like a good place. I will be a director someday. I can't change by the stone. So I enter the dance troupe. Okay, I didn't want to say that Israel it's destroyed all my life. No, I can live. I can do anything. I can be a fighter. I can be a director. I can be everything. I told you before I go for 10 countries, but really I didn't go to Jerusalem here. I didn't see Jerusalem.
You called it Israel, but we called it 48 lands.
48
Yeah,
lands.
it's our lands.
We've never heard this. In the
You
West,
never?
they don't talk about
Never?
this. Never.
Never ever.
48 lands, never. Never. Can you believe
It's a big problem.
Me, which I was in the Jenin area, which is totally different from a soldier, which is sitting on the roof in Hebron and, you know, with the guns. All the 3 years is see human beings as a target.
Whatever you see, this is like, I can say, this is the message to you. Don't believe in whatever we tell you, just believe in what you saw here. And I think it's good, it will be good if you share your experience here and you tell about what you saw in this country.
But you know, when you tell people you were in the army, the first thing they imagine is you sitting in the roof with a gun.
Right.
They're not imagining a secretary making coffee.
In 48 lands, we have 100 dunums, but now we didn't have a place to establish. When I told someone I'm rich, I'm really rich, I have 100 dunum. If I will bet I will be a billionaire. And we believe here, our problem not with the religion. Islamic, there is Christian, there is a Jewish, it's from the God. But the problem with the government. We believe that there is a people from Israel that they said this land not for us, and we are a guest. We need a peace between us. Okay, from the beginning, we believe that there is a Jewish people here. Palestine, before its name Palestine, there is a Palestinian, there is a people, Islamic people, Christian people, Jewish people.
طليت الحلواي وفتحت البرداي يا غيمي اللي جاي وينو القمر.
You never get the opportunity to meet Israelis as human beings. The only way you meet them is as soldiers. When you arrive as a civilian and you enter a Palestinian home and the children start crying because you're Jewish, because you're Yehudi, because the children have no recollection of an experience with a Jew, with an Israeli, which is positive.
My name is Shadi. I work in the center here. I started to teach theater and music in the center, and now you can say I work in a new show for the dance troupe.
Maybe not what people go through during military training. We could imagine that it's not so different than American basic training or whatever. It's the whole indoctrination that we go through as a society, and the ideas that it's based upon, and that is not very different in a way than what Palestinians or young Palestinians go through, which enables them or compels them to participate also in violent actions.
And in Ramallah, the soldier they catch me. We have 2 Palestinian people come to play with them. We'll make a play.
So he started speaking about his experience in Lebanon during the end of the 80s and in the first Intifada. He started telling stories about being also in El Khiyam, which was a prison.
And you can see that Qalqilia itself, it's a good place to create suicide bombers.
And Israel denies responsibility for what occurred there. What occurred there is torture and levels that horror stories. But here is a guy that tells me during a party about things that he's seen.
When you come, the city itself, it's 2 kilometers square, you come and you build a fence around them. They're not allowed to work. The sewage system from the settlements, it goes to the city.
Just watching, but you don't have the power to stop it. But this whole social strata that validates what you're doing there.
There's nothing to do except sitting in the streets smoking argila, and that's all what you do. No work, no food, no water, nothing, you know. Of course you'll become a suicide bomber.
Still, despite various actions that take place, is that there are many people, many Palestinians that never had a chance to meet Israelis.
Why they built the wall itself to separate people from each other, to separate Palestinians from Israelis, because they start to figure out that there's a lot of Palestinians and a lot of Israelis after '92 they start to meet, and they start to meet in one point, which is the one-state solution that we are talking about now.
But the fact of the matter is that there's no contact between us, especially since the blockade, and so the segregation is nearly complete today, and the images that we have of one each other are through violence instances, through television, and through the meeting at the checkpoint. So the segregation is nearly complete, and once that exists, so there's a demonization of the other side, always. And the same fears that exist among Palestinians exist among Israelis. You know, not taking away that both are occupying force, of course, and everything. But the psychological process, the cognitive process is very similar.
And they know that they are living in our houses, and they know that we still have dreams to return back to our houses. How they feel about that. And the second thing I would like to know from them themselves, like, why till now, yani, a lot of Israelis, they hear about what's going on here, and they know exactly what's going on here. But why till now, when you ask any Israeli about the conflict and about the time that he spent in the army, they refuse to talk about?
After you're doing your army service for several years, suddenly you understand that you did something wrong, and then you start to cry and, you know, saying, oh my God, it was horrible, I wouldn't do it again,
I was joined the army in the most difficult year in the Intifada, February 2001.
You know, the only weapons that we still have till now is our smile.
The Intifada, every week, every day there was bombs, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, even in my city, there was two suicide bombers.
A kid smile is stronger more than all the weapons that the states have.
We want peace, but there's suicide bombers every week. It was really, every week there's like hundreds of Israeli dead.
Of shooting and crying.
Yeah.
And there are even some of the left MPs said it in the war. The American MPs said, you know, we need to support the shooting and crying.
And then I saw on my bus, it was next Jenin, so I see Palestinians. I hear about the operation at night. Reality was much more difficult.
16.
Yeah.
Enlistment starts at 16.
Mm-hmm. I see the settlements with the pool and yards and tennis courts.
Solution is nothing more than one state where everyone live with the same equal rights. Not me, I live in like 20 meters square, and like a settler who come from New York or who come from Russia or who come from wherever, he live with a nice life, swimming pools, water, electricity for 24 hours. He don't have any problems.
And then
to feel that we are the same. It's the same story like with the black people in the States.
200 meters from there, I see children play with garbage.
Easy to forgive, but it's not easy to forget.
Yeah, totally.
Yani, I can't forget, for example, the 3 friends of mine that they were killed by the Israelis. One of them, I carry his mind in between my hands. I carry his mind by my hands. So of course I will never forget something like this.
It's literally garbage, and you know they're dirty and apparently haven't eaten in a few days, and then we go to another settlers.
But I can forgive if I want. When others on the other side, they start to deal with me in the same way how they deal with each other, of course I will accept them, and I will deal with them as any international who come here.
And you see another tennis court.
Like the age of 16, going and doing all kinds of combat training. It's crazy, it's insane.
It's mandatory.
And when I finished the army, my conclusion was, wow, the reality here is very complicated.
The competition. Which group you're going? Which emunim?
Are you going to be a man, or are you going to be the Tel Aviv?
Yeah.
And if you go to F-16, the Air Force, the Shayetet, they're going scuba diving. This is like the top of the top.
Magav are people which are mainly, they're trained mentally differently, so they will be used more aggressive things, and you can see they come from different demographics inside Israel society.
Yes. the one that actually see the Arabs in their eyes. They search on them on their body, are from the lowest.
The Israeli government in the 50s put him in a poor area, and with no good education, with no future, with no chance to succeed in his life, he becomes won't, he can't go to the university. So the only thing that he can do is, to throw this violence on somebody else.
But it doesn't really matter, because when you look at the war in Gaza now, Magav didn't participate in the war in Gaza.
I agree with you.
And the people that participated come from the middle classes.
It was a little bit crazy, like...
The name of the village?
It's Tuani, called Tuani.
Okay.
We went there and we visit some people, some friends, or I can say friends, peacemakers who try to help people there. Because, this village, it's in the middle of four settlements. So the settlers, they attack these villages a lot, the villagers there a lot. And they cut the road itself, the road that we use, it was not, it's illegal road for us to use. So they were really I think it's not easy to talk about what I saw there, because you can see people that still live in caves. You can see people who's not allowed to build, every time they build a small building, the Israelis, they come and they destroy it. And they told us about the schools, for example. There's kids from other villages. They come to the school in their village. So it's not easy for the kids to come to the school because there's all the settlements around, So every time the kids, they want to come, they have to cross through the settlements. So these international, they help them to come to the school every day. And even the international themselves, they were beaten by settlers. One of the things that till now thinking about it, which it is that sentence I hear from an old man when we were leaving. We entered with a taxi, and I don't know how we started the discussion with this. How I started this discussion with this old man. He says he was complaining in the beginning. Then he say a sentence, which it is that it's not only the Israelis for themselves. It's also our fault. Because we start to become so far from God. And because we are so bad with God, He sent us people that are more bad than us. And they make our life the worst life, Because in the village there, you can do nothing, except just sitting in the place where you live. It could be a house, could be a cave, it could be, whatever, a tent. And waiting for settlers till they come and attack you, I'm not religious at all, But at least I can say, I can talk about it from the religious way. Let's talk about it from the humanity way.
Sure.
We start to be far from each other. We don't care about each other like before. And I think this is the most important thing. We say in Arabic, to control them, you have to divide them. And this is exactly what the Israelis did here.
Can you say it in Arabic?
يعني عشان تقدر تسيطر عليهم لازم تفرقهم.
You saw our play yesterday, and we did not. We've been traveling in the West Bank from one refugee camp to another.
We are here to witness the intention of Texas, the United States of America, to kill Michael Rosales. In the name of the people of the state of Texas. Stop!
What kind of punishments?
Solitary.
Solitary.
Yeah,
You've had
no.
solitary confinement.
We're part of the movement that's called the Shministim, which is it means senior year in high school. The regular thing when you're becoming a senior year in high school is to start thinking about the army. And
other people have felt this too, that the Palestinians have so much dignity and so much strength that It's very intense, it's very beautiful. Where does the strength and dignity come from?
Nota.
Nota?
I'm 18 years old, and on this Wednesday I'm gonna go to jail for the first time for refusing to serve in the army.
The rule of force and violence that has brought us a world where no one dies, but everyone is killed.
Well, 19 years old. I was over 4 months.
I will tell you where it's come from, like with a little example. It was at 3 o'clock at the night, and the army came and they started shooting us sound bombs. So we stayed like for 3-4 hours with kids and youngs and people and this stuff with my uncle who is really sick. So a little girl, she said, "I want to drink." And he said, "What do you want?" I said, "This little girl wants to drink."
A lot of arguments in the holidays. A lot of Israelis is like you're not objective. You really have one side. You choose the Palestinian side.
People told me I hate Palestinians, but I understand them. I don't understand you. You're worse than Palestinians.
Are you nervous to go?
I'm afraid from what will happen after it, because living in the Israeli society without being in the army and with making a statement and making public, and it's a really hard thing. Like every time that someone will ask me, "What did you do in the army?" and it happens all the time. It's a question that rises up all the time. I have to say, I didn't go, and I didn't go because of the occupation, and I didn't go because I have Palestinian friends, and I didn't want to stand in front of them and tell them that I occupied them.
Endless is the cycle of vengeance. No end to the causing of pain where pain has been caused. Retribution.
He said, "Okay, do you know what she does?" She is like 10 years old. Well, I swear. She went in and then she took 2 bottles of water. She gave us one, and she go to the soldiers, and then she gave them one. The soldier was like, I said, they start speaking with them in Hebrew. It was like, "Oh my God, have you seen what she done?" Then I said, "Whatever, but we respect our guests and your guests."
Two wrongs.
You don't feel that you're making difference. Like, when you refuse, when you do you make so much sacrifices, and you don't feel like something changes.
We're part of a theater group. We're going to go to Tel Aviv to do a workshop. What would you like them to know about you?
And the last thing is about the system we live in that creates violence, poverty, and pain. And we are struggling against this to bring hope, peace, and joy. So enjoy the show.
I think lots of Palestinians can accept us, can accept refusing. I don't know how many Israelis can accept peace activists, Palestinian peace activists. So I think the Israeli society is filled with blind racism and hate. This is why I feel so ashamed.
What are you afraid of in your life? It's a question I ask all over Palestine to the different people.
In the name of the people, I invoke the death penalty. We say, not in my name.
The feeling that you're going to lose is very real all the time.
And what gives you hope or the strength to keep going?
Don't ask me that, because I'll stop being active if I have to think about it.
How can we break such an ancient cycle of vengeance? The death penalty is the Fury's last stand!
Let me say first, the message will become from a people who their houses are invaded every night. Their sons were arrested or are arrested every day.
We represent a different way of behaving inside Israeli society.
There are over 3,000 people on death row in the United States!
Their houses were destroyed and have been destroying.
It's kind of a tradition. It happened in '73 and it happened in in 2001, 2005.
Five was us.
And we started in 2007.
We are not terrorists.
Who are we to play God and decide who lives and who dies?
Obviously, most people don't become a refusenik. How did it happen that you became political?
We have tears, we have fears, as they and as any one of them.
You're ruining your life.
Yeah, my parents are.
Your parents too.
Yeah.
They're not proud of you.
They are? No.
We are here to break the cycle of vengeance.
And in Israel, just you go to kindergarten and you go to high school and you go to army and then you go to university and get married and have children. It's the way.
So our houses were destroyed, our people were killed. Go in the streets, you'll find a lot of photos for people who were killed by chance.
After a week to a demo in the territories. For the first time I saw like the army treats really brutal to people. You learn that it's your army, it's supposed to protect you, and then you see it and you see it's not really protect you.
We are staying behind the checkpoints, we are living, let's say, if you come here you will say that's the shit. We are the people who are being killed.
Two wrongs!
Don't make it right!
Because when we were in Palestine, we always asked our Palestinian friends if is there anything they want to say to the people in Israel. So I'm here with the people here in Israel asking you if there's anything you want to say just to our friends over there that you think they might not hear or they might not know or that you want them to know.
You could go and see what is your country is doing and then you try to change it. Think that you're not Israeli, think that you're not Jewish, think that you're not a Muslim, think you're not a Christian, think that you are a human who said I like and I don't like.
I'm saying fight the occupation, I am on your side. I fight with you.
Okay. I know this shame because we had George Bush for 8 years.
يرفي السهر يعود متكي على المخمل تتوجع
All we want is to visit this village, to know our history, and to know that we have the right to come back if we want. The decision, we say that the decision is for us, not for Israel government. This is our city, our village, our houses. We have to decide.
But I didn't understand.
How will Palestinian people in the West Bank return to their homes?
Return to our homes?
Will they ever? Do you believe this?
I don't think so. I think it's impossible future, in the far future.
Far future.
Yes. Someday they will return. In Quran, the book of Muslims, there's that Palestine people will return to their home. Yes. And someday.
You know they all keep the keys of their grandparents' houses.
Yes.
واحنا ماشيين راح نشوف على يميننا البلد القرية. I explain in Arabic because I want our students also to know our history. Some of them didn't see it yet.
The Quran says the Palestinians will go home.
Yes.
Is that in paradise or in this life here?
This life. In this life. Paradise is
before
the life will end. They will come back. Israel will destroy herself.
I'm sorry?
Israel will destroy itself.
You believe this?
Yes. Yes.
You believe
of
this?
course.
Somebody talked أحد الناس يتحدث عن تعويض مالي. آخرين يتحدثوا عن المساواة مقابل الحق العوضي. آخرين يتحدثوا على حلول اللي هي ممكن إنها ترضي الفلسطينيين. ولكن لما نتحدث الشيلي وإنه to ignore everything, this is what we don't want.
But if they destroy themselves, perhaps they destroy many Palestinians also.
The country will disappear, but I think the people will stay here. It will be a Palestine country, not Israel anymore.
Okay.
Or two countries, two nations.
Two separate countries.
It's a solution that they put two countries
Yes, of course. But the people in the West Bank, it doesn't allow them to return.
يا جرحي المكابر وطني ليس حقيبة يا
Repeating this because it has to be clear what is going on in this area. The Palestinian people, as you see in many places, and there are so many Palestinians who live in the Arab countries as refugees till now. Some are in Europe and America and everywhere, and some have forgot Palestine and live another life. So here, the main part is the part of Palestinian in the West Bank and Palestinians here.
What does the empty village make you feel?
Of course, I feel sad. There were people here, of my people.
Show me. And is he alive still?
Yes.
He should be here with us, no?
Yeah, but he comes on Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Over there, by that tree, over there is my grandfather's house. Down there was a well. They put all the water in it for all the village. And the family, my grandfathers, all of them, they lived over here. They lived together, Muslims and Christians. There wasn't any racist things.
In the West Bank, there are many Muslim people. Almost everybody is Muslim, who are much more traditional.
Yes.
Here, you are we say European.
We are Muslims.
No, some are Catholics too.
Yes.
Because they would not approve of you. They would say you are too much in the West, in a way, yeah? Why do you think religious people are so extreme in this way?
They're not. There is some Taliban and this people is not example of really Muslims people. They're not really Muslims people. They are terrorists. We are not like them.
So you're saying the people in the West Bank who fight against occupation using violence are terrorists?
No. They are using their right.
But what is your name again? I'm sorry.
Sam.
Sameh. What are you afraid of?
Yeah. That we're not gonna go back to our homes. Like Mahloul is my grandfather's place, and his house was there. Like, I'm afraid that we're not gonna go back over there.
This is your land?
Yeah, that's our land, and the army is right over there by the side. Actually, everybody is angry here.
What are you afraid for? What are you afraid of?
That Palestine doesn't be free.
Sorry?
That Palestine will not be free.
But you seem peaceful.
Yeah, no, it's if you see it, it's peaceful here.
Then you seem peaceful.
Yeah, I seem peaceful, but the hate is from inside. Yeah.
We can't. People don't see what we feel inside.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian person. I have
Who
my
are you?
friend. I'm
Your name?
Christian. My Dima. I have my friend who's Muslim. I don't feel that she's Muslim or I'm Christian. She's my friend. I feel like she's my sister. She gives me the help when I need. When I go to her home, I feel like she's family. So we have Muslim and Christian person here. We all people. We are Arabic. We all believe in God. Dima.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to our friends in the English-speaking world?
وصوتك يشد قمار يشتي حلا غيم
tell them that we are not terrorists. Muslims are not terrorists. They are regular people that feel believe in God.
Religion don't allow you to do the things that they do.
What gives you hope?
To return to our home.
That's something that gives you the idea of returning. And for you?
Country. I want to have home country, Arabian country.
With
no Israel.
No. We can live in peace if they
want
can
it.
do it.
If they want.
They can do it.
If they leave their guns at home.
Yeah.
Or throw them into the ocean. How are you? And I was here, and this is my land. I would want to kill somebody. I mean, I don't believe in that, but how can you not be so angry?
We are angry. We are angry.
Where does your anger go?
By bringing you here to see, by telling our children, by many Jewish friends come to us and see our problem here. But what can anger do? You know, this is the first thing. The other thing is, I think by year after year, you are not angry. You have to think, what can we do? Because when you are angry, you just make bad for yourself. So
you know Gandhi, of course, yeah.
Somehow, not
his
so much.
ideas a little, yeah.
Yes.
He says we should, in a way, be thankful for our enemies because they help us grow.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
I think it's directly what you said. It's a very difficult thing to say, but we are really, as I told you, are really angry. But we need to think what to do.
And for your children and your grandchildren?
Of course. We think about the future.
Does the name of the place, Mulaf? How do you call this?
This place,
Yeah.
Mahloul.
Mahloul. Does it mean anything in Arabic?
It means the fresh air.
الهواء
العليل.
هيك معناها؟
The fresh air. The place is very high and come fresh air here from.
For land.
Can you share it?
What?
Is there enough land for both Israel,
No.
Jews, Muslims, and Christians?
Yes.
There's enough for everyone.
There's enough. Yeah.
I think so. I saw lots of land here.
Yes.
Beautiful country.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm sorry, your grandfather had to leave. So yeah, this is my first time in Tel Aviv. This is the first time the Living Theater has been to Palestine and Israel to perform. We've never been invited before. We've tried to be here before, but we were never really given the opportunity to come here. We're gonna have an exchange of ideas. We're bringing the words from our Palestinian friends in the West Bank. We told them always that we would be coming to Tel Aviv, so we want to talk about our experiences and adventures there. We want to hear about the activist community here in Israel and Tel Aviv.
We have so many agenda: feminism, human rights, against occupation, social workers, queer theory, of course, veggie.
You know, we just came from Palestine, so our people were, we say, very emotionally charged with the news of, I think, the murder of this Palestinian man.
كثير 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 تسمع انت حركة اخذ اسرائيلي راجع راجع
يا جرحي المكابر وطني ليس حقيبة.
I mean, they feel in mourning, basically. The person I talked about said, I'm not going to drum at all because, you know, this is a friend of mine that's died.
Because I saw the video, and it seems to me to be a blatant murder.
What is it called again?
If you know this, I'll just throw it out. The Palestinians who lost their homes, they still have their keys. They pass their keys from generation to generation. Most of them, all of them, certainly believe they have a right to decide if they can go back to their houses, their homes. People get along all over the world. New York is one of the most mixed up cities in the world, where Orthodox Jews live beside poor blacks, who live beside Muslims, who live beside everybody all over the world is mixed together, and they live peacefully together. How can a two-state solution ever achieve that? If the people can never go back to their homes, they will continue to be angry and feel like they have a grave injustice put upon their generations and their future. Is there no other possibility? Because I'm telling you, these people will not accept not going back to their villages, to their homes. They will never forget that.
People here will never accept the return.
Exactly.
You will not understand this unless you understand the Israeli mentality of the Holocaust. People want to kill all of us because we're Jews.
And so we were trying to find a way how to approach this this crime.
And this is something which
so
almost,
culture.
I'm saying it now in a very ridiculous way, but this is something we all believe.
Something that happened yesterday, and it kind of exploded into the work.
By having in the beginning, like some of the other people mentioned, that you will turn away some people.
That if we do this, the audience is hostile towards us.
No, they would automatically close their minds and walk away. You take them miles away from you instead of getting closer.
All right, we're all about Palestine.
Yeah, or we can say it in the beginning and take that into account and think, okay, this is what we believe in, and this is the price we pay. But
some people murder hundreds of men and women, okay?
The show is gonna deal with something more universal.
We need to talk about it. We need to have a consensus. We need to respect the people who live here.
So it's not like states of Israel, the pure evil.
Instead of just going straight into our art and capturing their mind and inspiring them, enlightening them with the ecstasy that art can bring, and then boom.
And I have, this is for everybody, 4 groups. One is called, after John Lennon, I Am You. In the sense, I am you, you are me, and we are all together. But we are separated by religion and class and nationalism and ideas. And so how to unify this is the idea of one group. And another one, I call it, from Julian Beck, also from Artaud, if we could feel the pain, yeah? The pain of the occupation, the pain of the demolition, how we can unify our voices, how we can feel again in our belly, in our heart, in our soul, the injustice or the pain of not just the Palestinian question, but all of the wars, our own pain, the pain of our lovers, the pain of our spouses, the pain of our friends, because we don't want to look at it. And I think this is why we are closed. So anyway, the third group is what is from Julian Beck. If bombs can't teach, how can the theater? And I see this group as basically about communication, about our art, about if the horrible injustice and pain and things that can't show us a way to peace, then how can the theater, what can theater do? And the fourth one is from Jimi Hendrix, Have You Ever Been Experienced? And this is about peace. Do we even know what peace is? Has anybody ever really experienced peace or security?
With people that we are post-traumatic society.
Yes,
and this
definitely.
is why the military, I remember my grandmother, when I came first to her with uniform, she was with tears in her eyes to get to this moment that your own grandchild's wearing uniforms, and you know that what happened to our generation won't happen again. It's so deep in the Israeli mind.
Each of you, even today, we want to hear about what it is your burning question of your life. You know, what is it that disturbs you or gives you hope or makes you get up in the morning, or what is it your dream, your biggest hope or your biggest fear? What is it? Why are you here?
Oh, there was a war between the Palestinians and the Israelis, so the Israelis should return the territories. Well, I don't remember in history that United States, Germany, France return people. Well, we have many.
Stole Texas.
They see that we are showing something, but they also see that we feel this. They also see the emotion of the sadism. They see the hate. They can identify with their body with the hate. They can identify with the work of the actor who feels the fear, who feels the pain, who feels the tragedy. So in this scene we try to do both, to show the objective theater and we try to show the emotion theater. We put them together and we try to get the public to feel and to think, both.
I just doing a seminar paper and I was returned to the paper from 2001, 2002, 2003, and I was shocked because I don't remember, because maybe I pushed it aside. We really had, like every week we had a suicide bomber here, in Jerusalem, yeah. And in Tel Aviv, actually, I was thinking where to go to the performance. I was thinking about all those places. We can go to do a tour. There was a suicide bomber here, suicide bomber there.
I don't know how to stop the war.
Stop the violence, stop the suicide bombers. You have to get a physical border. This is how the many Israelis see these things, okay? Hi, I'm Karen.
Karen?
Yes. And I think that what we Israeli need the most right now, especially on Sunday morning, is a little hope.
It seems we are asleep. It seems we are just complacent and sleeping. Because I found many people in the West Bank awake, not dreaming, just really from necessity or the difficulty of the situation, that they're simply awake and alive in a way that people aren't elsewhere.
I'm thinking to myself, all this day, how can we take idealistic ideals, yeah, into our daily life, daily problems, the conflict. How can we combine these two extreme differences?
The demolition of the Palestinian houses in Jerusalem, and the safety of women's body.
Are they connected?
They are, yeah.
And I'm wondering how you can reach the people in those issues, how you can make people understand and feel the pain and feel that something is it's not justice, and it's wrong, and especially about the occupation. Israel is more over than 40 years occupying the Palestinians.
This is what we're trying to create in life, where I am completely free to take that breath and embrace and leap into the abyss of the next moment, which is so elusive, you know, this moment. Where is it? It's here, but where is it? It's already gone before I do it. It's right. It's with the breath. And then it's gone again, right? This is the mystery of this life, that the time is somehow escaping us. And we try to stay here now, but we can't. But we try. We take a breath, and we try to stay here again with each other, yeah?
Big brother! Big brother! Big brother! Big brother! Big brother!
Just say for the purpose of this exercise, if you were a Jew, you go over there. If you were raised in a Christian family, you come over here.
If I could tell you, I would let you know.
And we look over there, and we see the other, the famous other, right?
Christians.
Heterosexuals. Homosexuals.
We can't use violence anymore. We can disagree. We can have conflict. In our group, we have a lot of conflict. No one is saying there's no end to conflict. Dave asked, where's the peace? Probably never will be peace in my heart. Because I die and I die too soon and I'm jealous and I'm a small man inside. I'm a little boy and have many insecurities and I get angry, I get jealous, I get afraid, I get mad. I hurt people, they hurt me. We can never finish this. But I can say no to trying to hurt you physically. No, I think we have to try to start there. So that is sort of our message here, yeah?
Science confirms that from one woman in Africa, we all have the same DNA from one woman. And we forget this, right? And it comes from here. You know, the placenta this is it. This is the base of our body, or the center of our body, and it's one human body. And we forget.
There is no two without one.
And we forgot. And we kill for it. And we die. And we suffer for it.
We do a ritual. It's called the ritual of prayer.
Holy shoulder.
What is sacred? Either this is sacred land, earth, or it's not.
I am you, you are me.
This land here, as Manhattan, or Jayus, or the settlements, or Tel Aviv, or Detroit. It's
maybe when Avigdor Lieberman, which is a racist, really racist, crazy man, will be a Sar Chutz, foreign minister, and Benjamin Netanyahu will be the prime minister. Maybe all around the world, Obama, and all kinds of people all around the world, Europe, especially European countries, will truly understand that we are such a racist country.
Being afraid of others. Not a man, not a woman, not an animal.
And we are acting in such a violent way to Palestinians in Israel, also to the Israeli Palestinian here, and of course the Palestinian in West Bank and the Gaza, that they will boycott us, and eventually this thing will have to end. Just like South Africa.
To be free is to be free to change.
To be free is to be free of reason.
I don't believe in the people of my country eventually. I know most of them has this brainwash. I truly hope that other countries will boycott us and eventually we'll have to stop this occupation.
Everybody has a story. Too many stories.
I support a two-state solution. What is this two-state solution? It means separation. It means that there will be two countries for two people, you know, and this is what I support because it's more important for me, the human rights aspect, than us managing to get along.
المكابر. وطني ليس حقيبة، يا جرحي المكابر. وطني ليس حقيبة.
ملعون جنس النساء واللي يتبع يضمره، بدك تعيش بهنا لا تاخذ السمرة. كل يوم بدها تحيل بدها صافت حمرة، فلسك من أول شهر وتبيعك الجهرة. بيضة فيها طابع ما تترك بعمرة، يزعجها أكل الديسين بدها شوها برع. محمية عن الدهن وتخاف يعرض خاصرة، وتريد الصيدق يا فلان لا تبتيل بشهقرة.
ملعون جنس النساء واللي يتبع يضامرة، بدك تعيش الهنا